calling Shannon High.
Downey, this is your teammate. Please get it to Dairy Queen. We miss you, Downey. Please. Please home Downey.
My name is Shannon High, and I'm ready to be.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of The Shannon Show, episode number 5, with 3 very special guests we have on the line. We have Adam, Garlick, Eric, Ganci, and Cade, the Schaffner. Just real quick, I want you guys to know that the podcast is available on Spotify, so if you want to listen to us in the background, you can go check us out there at The Shannon Show. Also, we have merch now at TeePublic. I'm going to make sure that that link is in the description as well. We have some great stuff over there, some Shannable Planet, some Only Shans, all that good stuff. And now, with no further ado, I cannot wait to welcome these 3 gentlemen to the show. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
That's great. That's great to hear. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what you guys are doing now. So I don't know, let's start with Eric. I know you were playing on that club baseball team. Can you tell us just where you're at? I don't remember the school. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, so I'm doing good. I go to Old Dominion University in Virginia, so I'm playing for the club team there. I mean, it's going. We haven't really had that many games because of COVID and all that, you know. But good set of guys. Everybody wants to be out there, you know. We have some good hitters. We have some good pitchers. We have tons of good pitchers. But, you know, it's just a good, different group of guys. Honestly, it's been different trying to work with them, like all college, since I've been here.
Yeah, so did you start your first year there, your freshman year? You got involved with that right away?
So my first semester of college, I was at a different school.
Right.
Some stuff happened, transferred. But my first semester here at ODU in the spring, yeah, I did join right away. I was only here for maybe like a month before I joined.
That's great, man. So what are you majoring in? What do you want to do?
So right now I'm doing graphic design. I was doing nursing, but
I remember that Eric the nurse Eric. We used to talk about that all the time at the cages.
Yeah, that stuff's hard, bro. The math, like all the. Anyway, yeah, I'm just doing graphics. Yeah, there's some stuff I want to specialize in. I'm also doing freelance art right now, and graphic design and videos. You know, that stuff I used to do in high school.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, everyone make sure to check that out too. Eric's a very artsy fella. So let's go to Adam then, Mr. Garlick. How you doing, man? I'm just so excited to have you on the show. What have you been up to?
I'm doing good, dude. You know, I hopped right out of high school, had a little run-in, you know, with whatever happened there. I'm sure you know.
I had bits and
So
pieces.
nowadays I'm a mechanic full-time, automotive technician. I like to refer to it as. Makes me sound smart. I'm working on, you know, I'm at a Ford dealership getting my certifications. You know, I feel like I'm pretty good at it so far. Obviously came in with no experience. I'm working my butt off every day, if you will.
Yeah, that's sweet, man. Was there anything in particular that made you want to do that? I don't.
So I've always had like a strong passion for cars.
Yeah.
Just in the background. I never really thought I was going to like work on them. But, you know, once I started, I really realized that, first of all, it's a really wide career field. Like I could do so many things, you know, with working on cars as my base skill. So there's never going to be less of a need for mechanics or people who can fix things that other people operate. So
Exactly. All those sorts of trades, everyone's so focused on, you know, like taking that usual path, doing one thing or another, going to school, and that's just a really valuable life skill, and that's something I would have no idea how to do.
yeah, exactly.
That's a big deal. That's great to hear.
Of course.
And Cade, the Schaffner. Are you there, bud?
Yeah.
What are you up to, man? I heard you before the show. You're talking about playing some baseball. Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm at a small Christian school. It's called Christian College.
Yeah.
The school itself is a D2 in NCCAA, and our baseball program just moved up to Division I in NAIA. So we bumped up leagues in the like 3 years or so.
So how'd you find that school? How did you end up choosing to take your talents there?
Well, after I left Japan, I got sort of snubbed, I guess, my senior year coming to Texas for whatever reason. And I guess the crew here in Texas didn't like me or my personality or my skill set. And I got benched all of my senior year. And then I had a car crash.
For high school ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For high school. And then so I was like, whatever. So I stopped playing like my senior year, and then I found this summer team, and I started playing with them, and I got a couple offers for some small JUCOs and whatnot, and then I found the school that I'm at now. They were at a game, and they offered me right there on the spot. So
That's great to hear, man. I know you always talked about playing college ball, so that's great to see that you've been able to fulfill that, even if it's not necessarily to immediate extent. It's great that you've been able to carry out that dream and keep on playing ball. Because I know a lot of us wish that we could, I don't know, do that. Like I know I'm probably not going to be playing baseball anymore, and yeah, it's great to hear.
I know my coach has a lot of scouts, a lot of connections with major leagues and stuff like that. So if nothing happens with that, I'm getting my degree in education, and then I'll be a teacher or a coach like Toor.
Oh, nice. A little mini tour, Cade.
Yeah, a little mini tour.
That's great, man. That's great. I would love to have Cade as a teacher. I'm sure you can teach me a lot of things about slapping some dingers and such.
Of course.
Yeah, that's your speciality. So I want to talk about where I met the three of you guys. Obviously, I believe you all knew each other, or at least Eric and Adam did before I got on to scene in Okinawa, Japan. You guys just want to talk a little bit about looking back on Okinawa. What lessons did you learn there, and how do you see that part of your life, that chapter, just reflecting on Okinawa?
I mean, Okinawa was cool. I do love and miss Japan. I like, honestly and sincerely, like some people and some events that happened, I wish didn't. Obviously we all have those thoughts, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think So me and Adam knew each other before. I think you and Cade came in at the same time, or maybe he came in the year before you.
Yeah, well, I got there for your junior years, and
oh, okay, yeah, Cade was there like a year, I believe, right? Or you just got there, but you were playing.
What about you, Adam? I know Adam had some, I don't know if you want to call it behavioral instances, but I know his driving record wasn't the best. You had the testicles displayed on your rear bumper. Yeah, you were living your best life out there in Japan. I think we can say that.
I was, going off what Eric said, like he may have a couple things that he regrets, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I regret absolutely nothing from my time in Japan. Even the mistakes I may have made, the people I might have talked to or seen or been with or whatever. I appreciate all of it. It's all good, healthy life experiences in my point of view, and they made me who I am today. So I did have testicles hanging off my car. I did have a run-in with the law in my vehicle.
So you said Mowen directly came to you about that?
So yeah, I remember it to this day. I was in Mr. Fick's class. I think it was digital publishing. And, Mr. Fick, cool guy, right? Dr. Mowen comes in, knocks on the door. He's like, hey, can I speak to Adam for a second? Pulls me out. He's like, hey, I've been hearing from some people. I actually just went out and looked myself. You have some male genitalia hanging from your vehicles. I was just wondering if maybe that's something you would consider removing. And I was like, I guess, man.
You were like, I guess so. So what was the name of your car again?
The what? The name of my car?
Yeah.
The Cryptmobile, baby.
Cryptmobile.
Yes, sir. I remember there was a Facebook post on me.
Yeah,
it was on
I
one
remember
of the,
this.
one of the Okinawa Moms page, and they were talking about a kid in a silver car with a car full of kids racing past people with testicles hanging off the back of his vehicle.
I mean, that narrows it down pretty easily.
They had like a rough estimate of my license plate in the comments, and I really thought about commenting my actual license plate, but obviously it wouldn't matter. I got caught anyway. So
my mom that post, and I was like, oh, they got him. And my mom was like, should I Adam, and I was like, Mom, don't be like that. She was like, all right.
Yeah, I actually know
I had-
who it was that ended up getting me, but that's a story.
We
for
won't say
another day.
names, classified.
I'm not gonna say
Dang.
names, but
Yeah, didn't they pull up to our practice? Because I remember we were taking
did.
like in and out, and then like I want to say like 2 to 4 cops started.
that
like,
was yeah, that was
walking
funny.
up. I was
That was
like,
funny.
Ops, police came to practice over your car?
yeah.
Yep, they did. They pulled up, and as soon as they came in, I was like, Coach Toor, this is for me. Like, let me just say, and Coach
He
Toor,
came
Coach
in running
Toor
from
was
the
just like,
outfield.
he was like, yeah, go ahead. And yep, I lost my license 6 months. They impounded my car, and I got it back though. She returned in the end, so
That's what it's all about, yeah.
rough 6 months.
So I just had this like memory unlocked while we were talking about doing it now. I remember one practice, you were out in center field and you were talking to Coach Grubbs for about like an hour and a half. Do you remember this? Can we talk just a little bit about what the hell was going on? Because like
I
we
remember
this.
we could not continue practice because you were out there just having like you guys
remember
weren't even
that.
talking that much.
Yeah, so I think it was our senior year, right? We had just like reunited, and I don't really remember it that well, but I do remember I was having a little bit of an attitude issue. Classic Adam, I guess,
Classic
right?
Adam for sure.
And there was this one game that really set it off where I was, I guess, kind of being a dick, and Coach Grubbs told me that I was cancer to the team. And I walked out of the dugout, went out to my mom. I was like, dude, I don't want to play for this guy anymore. Like, it got to that point where I was like pretty much done. So the next practice, I was still, down in the dumps, had that attitude. He pulled me aside, and pretty much we just talked about everything. Like, we went over everything. It was like a real heartfelt conversation, and it really showed me that, hey, this guy actually, cares about me, and he cares about what I can do for this team. He cares about what we can all do together, and it's not something that's worth having beef over, whatever it was, probably some little accident, something that he said that he might not have meant, it ended up working out. So we hashed it all out right there, and as you know, we ended up,
Yeah, I mean, if I remember it correctly, everything turned around kind of after that. Not just for you. I didn't really care about your attitude as much as the coaches did probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, the team, we took off. I remember we started that season kind of rough. We were losing to some Japanese schools by like 10 plus runs, but we ended up making that championship game run. I know it didn't turn out the way we wanted to. We can go in and talk about that if you guys want to. We can talk about the that Far East running it all the way to the ship. What was that?
Let's talk about it.
We should have won.
We should. I don't remember the final score. I remember it being
9-3. I remember it.
You said 9-3.
9-3.
Oh, thank you.
And I remember in the third inning, that's when we lost. That is when we lost.
Fell apart.
Toor and I have actually had conversations recently about the championship run.
Yeah, that one. I talked about it with Hoppy for a little bit, but that team was so stacked and loaded. Like, we just had everyone could hit at every position, and we had a real complete pitching staff. You had Kyle, we had JP, we were two of the best pitchers in the tournament, and then Owen and Isaac, who were freshmen at the time, but were still how much they're dealing on their end. And then Eric, I guess you're all right.
Yeah, he was not about to put. He was not about to put my ass for that. No.
I felt so.
No, I had to be behind the plate because Andrew couldn't.
Oh, Chowder. Yeah, he was
Chowder,
his first season. I was a little surprised he made the team. But and then who was the other guy? Bryson, my boy Bryson. He's a fan of the show though, fan of the pod. We love Bryson.
Yeah, Bryson.
Yeah,
Peanut.
Oh, Bryson.
Oh, Peanut. I forgot that's what we called him. Yeah, so Howell started that game.
He's through it. He's through the game.
He didn't throw the game.
Oh,
okay, no.
The game.
I would say from catching Kyle for like a couple years, like it was really easy for him to like get in his own head. And especially if you're watching this, I don't mean to offend you, but his parents were low key like a good factor into that because you know that his dad especially they'd be yelling at him from behind the plate like get your act together, Kyle, and all that other stuff. And
Were they
I
there?
could tell that at Far East. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first inning he was doing okay. We were getting by. You know, we were kind of glued together. We still had our confidence, and then
Do you remember in the
so-
pregame, Eggers was making us all bark?
oh yeah, I remember that.
That's so dumb. All right, continue. Please continue. I can't. I hated that.
We were like, what?
Like stroke on three. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, stroke through. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, so our inning, or that first inning for us came up for us to hit. We were doing pretty good, and then the third inning came. I don't know what happened. He just started not hitting the strikes. He was throwing balls in the ground. Yeah. He was just letting people ding off of him. And I would say it's not completely his fault. Like obviously there were some fielders that like I honestly don't remember, but
Johnny had one go like right through his legs. I remember that. Like,
Oh.
he's gonna hate that I brought that up. He
He
hates
was
it
so
much.
reliable too.
Oh my gosh, it was his only error of the season.
Peyton. I love Peyton to death, but Peyton
Why is
was
he on the field?
he was
I do remember that.
like
I do remember that.
or I remember seeing his name at third, and I was like, "We're gonna lose." I said, "We're
Don't bag my boy Peyton. Come on.
no." I love Peyton. Peyton won. You got to remember, Toor put Peyton in left for the longest time, and he wasn't at third. He wasn't practicing at third, and
Do you guys remember who?
team was. And I don't know if y'all remember this, but I made the play of my career. I like dove, and then I made the throw off my bum to Hoppy and got him out. And this
Cade
was
like remembers this in slow motion, like it's an ESPN highlight reel, and none of us have no idea what he's talking about.
the dive hurt. Like it hurt me when I landed. I was like, I see the ball right there, and I just picked it up. I threw it, and then the next inning, Toor took me out, and I was like, oh my god. And then the championship game, Peyton was at third, and I remember he had like 2 errors, and I was like, we're gonna lose.
Yeah, I can't say much. I had a lot of errors that season too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Do you guys remember my would have been bomb? The one where
Yes, I do remember that. How could I forget that?
I completely ripped it. It must have been off the wall behind the fence of the school. And
you bat flipped.
I did a
Didn't you bat flip?
crazy bat flip and everything, and it was foul. I was like, bro, are you kidding?
Adam, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It wasn't that close to being fair though. Like it was.
Dude, I will. You know, from my standpoint, it's a championship game. I'm hyped. I'm in the zone.
No, I got you.
I was hyped. I was up for that. You know, and if that went, that was the highlight of my whole career.
Yeah,
And the effort on the dive when you went face first.
Face first in the
into
fence.
the sign.
That was the play there. I was pitching for that.
That was the same game, Adam.
Was that? Caught
Yeah.
my face on the sign on the red.
Oh, I thought that was my game.
No, yeah. And if you're pitching, that was like because like the first inning, dude hits a pitch right at me.
Yeah, I
And then-
remember that, and everyone was like, "Oh shit!"
I actually have the picture right after the play. I'm standing there like, bro, and then that was it. Like they called him safe, and then Grubbs was like, review that, and then they called him out, and I was like, oh my god.
Damn.
Couple innings later, Adam face plants in the wall.
I almost had the ball too. If I would throw that ball, I didn't catch it. I dropped it.
It was really close, though. I remember you were close.
Really close.
You caught it.
But what are you gonna do? You know, can't have more.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about now the year before that championship run. That was your guys' junior year, my freshman year. I did not. Well, there was no. Coach Toor didn't coach the Kubasaki baseball team. I won't get into why with you guys. But I ended up still playing Kubasaki baseball with Coach Soto, I think was his name. And you guys played Oki Boys. What was it like having a baseball season taken away from you like that? Because that's how you guys saw it. It must have been how you felt because you didn't have your coach there. And like you're like, if my coach isn't there, I'm not playing.
You know, the way I saw it, I didn't really. I was obviously upset that Coach Toor wasn't. That's why I didn't play for the Kubasaki team. But in the end, I didn't regret not playing for Kubasaki at all. I was, I just wanted to keep that bond together that, me and my coach have had for, even though that was only the second year at that point. It's just Coach Toor had, behind the group that some people might have, he was really like a really good person and really good coach. And I just wanted nothing more than play for his team at that point. And I'm sure these guys feel the same.
I mean, what got me hooked with playing with Toor, because at that point I was only going to practices. I think I only played like 2 games with y'all on Oki Boys at that point. And I talked to Coach. I was like, Coach, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I should play with you or play with the high school team because it'd look good on the resume and college and all of that because it's for the school. Yeah. And he simply just put, well, if you want to get better, you'd play with me. If you want some explicit stuff after that, if you want to do that, then play with them. And I was like, all right. So I was like, I want better, so I just play with Toor.
He never gave me that talk. You just kind of let me go. I don't know. I guess I was dispensable at the time. Eric, do you have anything about that?
I was just gonna say I agree with Adam. Like even playing with Oki Boys, Toor made sure we had all that just about the same opportunities we would on Kubasaki. I mean, minus the Far East or the traveling. But we still got to play. We still got to play tournaments, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So you guys were still playing. It was a full schedule you guys had with Oki Boys that year, and he just carried it on. He did it very well. So
we were only practicing like 2-3 times a week, I think.
Yeah, you were playing on the small field too. You were practicing over there.
That was fine.
Bombs.
So the years before that, I have no idea what happened. I know. Did you guys play your freshman and sophomore year at Kubasaki baseball, Eric and Adam?
I did. I was there for all 4 years, and then Adam came in my sophomore year.
Yep.
So our sophomore year. Yeah.
How are those teams? Because I never heard about that. You guys would like make some stories every now and then, but how good were they?
So the freshman year team I was on, I mean, because it was pretty much what we had to do. I want to say my sophomore year, or like even a lot of like our senior years, because we had to at the time the team was rebuilding, so tons of freshmen. We had 3 or 4 seniors and like 1 junior, and that was it. So all of us were still trying to learn how to play together, how to play the game, how to get all that form and stuff right. But okay, we would get ran through like every game. But I mean, when it came down to like American teams and stuff, like we could do decently. But like I said, there were those games that we would just get ran through. But somehow we came out lucky and made it to the championship at Far East. So
your freshman year, you went to the championship.
Yeah, we got second place.
Was it ASIJ?
Yes.
Oh man, that hurts, man. That's how your freshman and senior year.
Yeah,
I never knew about that.
Yeah, so actually, Toor was not happy with us because a lot of the freshmen, we were just happy we got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet.
Like we weren't taking it seriously, like we were like a few years down the road.
So what was this? Yeah, sophomore year. Adam, you can go.
Yeah.
I remember getting there sophomore year, and I was like, wow, these guys kind of just seem like a ragtag group of idiots. Actually getting out there, there was some solid talent on that team. And, what we ended up getting third at Far East, right? Unfortunately. What are you going to do? But looking back on it now, if we had one more year with that team, like we would have definitely beaten the ASIJ. ASIJ is like the team to beat if
every year. Yeah.
But it was me, you, Will Temple, John Palmer's older brother, Christian Palmer, center fielder before me, rest in peace. Think about him every day. It was just
dead. He's not dead.
No. solid talent on that team. Just like Eric said, still kind of a young team with new people being introduced, and obviously it didn't work out. But
I mean, all this like culminated together into what became your senior year team, which did make it back to the championship. And of course, it didn't end up the way that I think everyone wanted it to, but we were close. And then my next year, after you guys left, I guess it was kind of similar to Eric's freshman year. We had a lot of young guys, and everyone was just kind of happy to be there. And it just kind of, we got smoked real bad in that last game against ASIJ again, of course. Can we talk about ASIJ for just a second? Don't they like recruit players? I remember visiting their school, and it felt like freaking, I don't even know what you'd call it. It was huge. They had a water tower. They have their own water tower on the campus.
It's like an international college is what we're playing.
Exactly. Thank you. So there's us who are just like, as Adam said, a ragtag bunch of idiots who are all trying to learn how to play together within a few months against this like basically minor league baseball team who have been playing together since they were born. And Coach Toor just has to push us out there like, go get them, guys. That's what it feels like.
I had heard my freshman year that they're rich enough to like buy their own personal trainers for like each position.
Exactly.
Like I don't know if that's like completely true or whatnot, but I would not be surprised if that was the case.
yeah, their team definitely they produce college players every year, like some guys. Like these are serious baseball players, and obviously that's just talent that we don't happen to stumble across and get lucky on.
Yeah, and we're trotting Nick Patton out there to go hit a 90-mile-an-hour heater with movement. There was an instance where you guys were doing a rundown drill at practice, and you were running in between first and second. You were getting back to the first base bag. Nick was covering there. I'm guessing there's ball thrown low. You put a spike about a half inch into Nick's right in between his ring and middle finger, I believe.
Yeah.
You told me exactly what was going on there, and if I remember correctly, there wasn't a whole lot of remorse on your end. You just kind of like hopped into the next drill.
So what happened? Nick was actually running, and
Nick was running. My bad.
Yeah, Nick was running, and no one covered first. So I was like, "Shit, oh, my bad." I was like, "Oh no, I gotta chase him down." So I like ran, and I was like I was about to tag him, and then all of a sudden he just flops to the ground. So I tried to hurdle him, so I didn't like step his back or anything like that. And when I hurdled, he stuck his hand out, and I landed right on it.
So it was his fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not true.
He would have been fine. But I mean, he decided, oh, I'm gonna stick my hand right there. And so I stepped on him, and I didn't think I like drew blood or anything. And then I just stood back, and then all of a sudden I hear Nick just start freaking out. He was like, "Ha! Ha!" And then I like turn, and like his hand is covered in blood. There's blood all over the bag and the dirt. And I was like, I just took this kid's finger off. And
I thought that was what was going on too. And he rushes over to the hose.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part, and this happened every single time someone got hurt, and this is not against Coach Toor, Coach Grubbs or anything, but they were just like kind of mildly interested into seeing if they're all right or not. It's just kind of like next play. And yeah, Nick got hurt a lot. You'd get hit in the shins with the ground balls. I think everyone did that to an extent, except for the outfielders. Stupid outfielders. Hate those guys.
I remember we did in and out, and this whenever the infield was like pretty much even with the mound, and Coach like hit me in like I guess in the jaw area, and I just kind of like laid on the ground, and everybody was like, "Get up!"
Exactly. What was Coach's reaction?
Yeah, I look up and Toor's just like leaning on his fungo. I was like, nope, I'm not getting up yet. And then I got John Palmer chirping. He's like, "Stop taking a nap on the field."
That was a good John Palmer impression. That's pretty good. Yeah, what was John Palmer's the best, man. He should have been on this. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
He said he's at work. That's why he can't.
Oh, he's at work. What a model citizen John Palmer is.
I know. I don't even know where he's working at.
Last I heard, he was in Cali.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in California? No way.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. So that's going to wrap up Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I mean, there's just so much stuff.
There's so much, dude. It's
There's so much. Well, actually, one more thing. Let's talk about the trips in general. So, like, all the trips because Kubasaki Baseball, they go on about like 2 trips a year. I know that didn't happen your junior year. What were those trips like in terms of, especially the first one before Far East, in terms of making the team bonded and together? Do you think that definitely played a factor? Because I always felt like leaving those trips, our team was in a different spot than it was whenever we went into them.
I feel like you can go ahead, Cade.
Oh, okay, sorry, Eric. But the first trip, I think everything turned around like whenever the incidents were happening, and then I think the night after that we all went to Hooters in Tokyo.
Hooters. Yeah.
Yeah, and we
Trying
all
to get
sat,
that girl's number.
yeah, we all sat together. We're all goofing off, and then it was who was it? Coach Grubbs' birthday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think so.
Tried to get him some Hooters, some Hooter girls, and
You
then
remember he put sorry, 1 second. You remember he put his arm around he put his arm around a Hooters girl, and she like threw him off. She's like, "No, you can't do that."
yeah, and then like after that, I had a good time, and we all like stayed out on the town for a couple hours and bonded.
Yeah, all of my best memories come from the baseball trips, not gonna lie. And even though some things didn't happen the way that I wanted to pan out, for example, getting out of the shower and seeing all my teammates waiting for me in my bedroom. For example, getting invited to fake team meetings and having to call my Coach Grubbs for dire assistance because I felt my life was in danger.
No, for real, yeah, because you were my roommate at Far East, weren't you?
Yeah. Oh wait. Okay. So we after everything happened, like I remember the bus ride home from the Tokyo trip, like we were all on the same page. Like we were good. We were all laughing about it. We were joking. There was like some beef, of course, because Eric like holds on to things sometimes. And
You're not wrong.
And Coach Toor is making the room assignments. Did Coach Toor know what happened? He had to have because
I feel like he did because we were talking about it.
I feel like you told him, Eric. You definitely told him. No, you told him.
I don't
You
be
told him
talking
you're like,
like
I
that.
want a room to Shannon.
Oh,
And
no,
Eric,
that definitely would not have came out my mouth at that time.
Eric, please. Eric, I thought we turned over a new leaf, you see, because I remember like we got to the room and like you were using my knee therapy, like the shock therapy, and then like I was giving you granola bars while you're sitting on the toilet. I'll plug that video in there right now too. And I just thought we were really I know. I was like, Eric and I, this is a good relationship that we're gonna put together moving forward. And oh, how wrong I was. No, I'm just messing. We're good now.
No, I mean, honestly, Peyton and them probably put me up to it because I was susceptible to peer pressure. Probably still am,
Sure.
but yeah, they were like, yeah, let us get him back. Like at first, I was like, nah, bro, that's not cool. But then they were like, let us do it. I was like, okay. So
okay, whatever.
They pulled up while you were in the shower. They pulled up to our fake meeting. That was crazy to organize, low key. Was it? I don't even remember. I feel like we just told everybody like, hey.
I think we kind of just
everybody
said,
believed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, there's no hard feelings though for any of you guys. Obviously, Peyton, that's a different story. But yeah, I'm never forgiving you, Peyton. Peyton was supposed to be on this show today, and I was not letting that happen. Now we're gonna be wrapping up this episode of the Shannon Show. It was an absolute pleasure to be here with you guys. You guys are 3 people I consider still being good friends and teammates. And I hope you have you guys back on again sometime, hopefully with John Palmer as well. And maybe we can get Coach Toor on the show. Coach Toor, if you're watching, get on the show. Let me know. I can get you on the show. I can get you I'm gonna have to cut that out. That's not bad timing. Coach Toor, let me get you on the show and we can get your name out there. You guys remember when he was on the Jumbotron and then he disappeared in Korea?
Yeah, I remember that. And he was sitting like all the way over by himself with like Grubbs.
Yeah.
Like outfield, right? Or like he was on the first baseline.
Me and Charles were sitting by ourselves over on the third baseline in the corner in the outfield.
Yeah, and then we all came up. We all came up there.
Yeah.
Me and Peyton came up and we grabbed a couple brewskis from the stands and we like snuck over there because they like
lemonades
off.
Some lemonades, yeah. We were drinking lemonades over in the outfield.
Ice cold lemonades. All right, we need to stop because I'm gonna go on another story tangent. I'll have you guys back on for another episode for sure. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.